Most class 10 students prepare science by reading chapters, making notes and solving questions. But many students ignore one very important thing, the actual paper pattern. And this is exactly where they lose marks. You may know the chapter, you may remember the definitions, and you may even know the formulas. But if you do not understand the structure of the question paper, the types of the questions, the marks distribution, and how answers should be written, then scoring high becomes difficult. So, in this video, I am going to explain the complete class 10 science paper pattern in a simple and clear way. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to expect in the exam, how to prepare each section, and how to write answers smartly to score maximum marks. Why paper pattern is important? Before we start with the paper structure, first understand why the paper pattern is important. Science is not just about memorizing answers. CBSE science paper checks your understanding, application, reasoning, diagrams, numericals and answer presentation. For example, a 1-mark question needs a very short and direct answer. A 2-mark question needs 2 proper points or a small explanation. A 3-mark question usually needs a detailed explanation, steps or reasons. A 5-mark question may require a complete answer with diagrams, equations, examples or proper explanation. So, if you write too much in a 1-mark question, you waste time. And if you write too little in a 5-mark question, you lose marks. That is why toppers do not study randomly, they study according to the paper pattern. Now, let's understand the general instructions of the science paper. The paper contains 39 questions. All questions are compulsory. This means you cannot completely skip any question. You must attempt every question given in the paper. The paper is divided into 3 sections. Section A, Biology, Section B, Chemistry, Section C, Physics. You must answer each section separately and properly. Do not mix biology answers with physics or chemistry answers. Keep the order neat and clear. Another important point is internal choice. There is no overall choice in the paper. This means you cannot leave an entire question paper section or choose only selected questions. But internal choices are given in some questions. For example, a question may say attempt either part A or part B. In such cases, you should attempt only one option. Many students make the mistake of attempting both options. This wastes time and creates confusion. So, always read the instructions carefully before writing your answer. Now, let's understand the marks distribution. Section A is Biology and carries 30 marks. Section B is Chemistry and carries 25 marks. Section C is Physics and carries 25 marks. So, Biology has slightly more weightage compared to Chemistry and Physics. This means Biology can help you improve your overall score if you prepare it properly. But this does not mean you should ignore chemistry or physics. Science is a combined subject. To score above 90, you need balanced preparation in all 3 sections. Biology usually includes diagrams, processes, definitions, functions and life processes. Chemistry includes reactions, equations, observations, acids, bases, salts, metals, non-metals and carbon compounds. Physics includes numericals, formulas, units, circuits, ray diagrams, electricity, light and magnetic effects. Each subject needs a different preparation style. Now comes the most important part, types of questions. The science paper includes different types of questions. First, MCQs, multiple choice questions. These are 1 mark questions. They look easy but they are often concept based. You have to read all 4 options carefully before choosing the answer. Sometimes 2 options look very similar, so do not answer in a hurry. Second, VSA, very short answer questions. These are usually 1 or 2 marks. They may ask for definitions, reasons, examples, formulas or one-line explanations. For example, what is neutralization? Define resistance. Name the hormone secreted by the pancreas. Third, SA, short answer questions. These are usually 2 or 3 marks. Here you need to explain the answer properly. You may need to write 2 or 3 points, give reasons, write equations or show calculation steps. Fourth, LA, long answer questions. These are usually 4 or 5 marks. These questions need detailed answers. You may have to draw diagrams, write labeled parts, explain processes, solve numericals or compare concepts. For example, in biology, you may be asked to explain the process of digestion or respiration. In chemistry, you may be asked to write reactions and observations. In physics, you may be asked to solve a numerical with formula, substitution, calculation and final answer with unit. Fifth, CBQs, case-based questions. These are very important. In case-based questions, a paragraph, situation, experiment, graph, table or diagram is given. Based on that information, multiple sub-questions are asked. Many students get confused in case-based questions because they try to answer from memory only. But the trick is to first read the case carefully, underline the important data mentally, then connect it with the chapter concept. Sixth, assertion and reason questions. These questions test your real understanding. You are given 2 statements, assertion and reason. You have to check whether both are true and whether the reason correctly explains the assertion. These questions are not for rote learning. They check conceptual clarity. Now, let's understand some important rules. First, all questions are compulsory. Second, there is no overall choice. Third, internal choices are given in some questions. Fourth, read the instructions given with each question. Fifth, write answers according to the marks. If the question is of 1 mark, write a short answer. If the question is for 3 marks, write at least 3 valid points or proper explanation. If the question is for 5 marks, write a detailed, well structured answer. Sixth, diagrams matter a lot. In biology, diagrams like human heart, neuron, stomata, digestive system, reproductive system and reflex arc can help you score better. In physics, ray diagrams and circuit diagrams must be neat and labeled. In chemistry, chemical equations must be balanced wherever required. Seventh, presentation matters. Write in points where possible. Underline keywords. Leave proper space between answers. Write question numbers clearly. Do not make the answer sheet messy. Now let's talk about subject-wise preparation. For biology, focus on NCERT concepts. Biology questions are often directly based on NCERT language, diagrams and processes. Prepare important diagrams properly. Do not just memorize diagrams, understand the function of each labeled part. For example, if you draw a neuron, you should also know the function of dendrites, axon, cell body and nerve endings. For processes like photosynthesis, respiration, transportation, excretion, reproduction and heredity, prepare flowcharts. Flowcharts make your answers clear and easy to understand. Also prepare definitions, examples and differences. For example, autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition, asexual and sexual reproduction, arteries and veins, dominant and recessive traits. These comparison based questions are very common. For chemistry, reactions are very important. You should know important chemical reactions, their observations and balanced equations. Do not just memorize the equation blindly. Understand what is happening in the reaction. For example, when an acid reacts with a base, salt and water are formed. When metals react with acids, hydrogen gas is produced. When carbon compounds burn, carbon dioxide and water are formed. Also focus on activities given in NCERT. Many questions are based on experiments and observations. For example, what happens when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid? Why does lime water turn milky? Why is plaster of Paris stored in moisture-proof containers? In chemistry, keywords are very important. If you miss words like precipitate, neutralization, oxidation, reduction, displacement or corrosion, you may lose marks. So learn the correct scientific terms. Now let's talk about physics. Physics becomes easy when you understand formulas and practice numericals. Do not memorize numericals. Practice them step by step. For every numerical, write given values, formula, substitution, calculation, final answer with unit. Many students lose marks because they write the final answer but forget the unit. Units are very important in physics. Also prepare diagrams properly. In light chapter, ray diagrams are very important. In electricity, circuit diagrams, Ohm's law, resistance combination, power and energy are important. In magnetic effects of electric current, prepare magnetic field lines, Fleming's left hand rule, electric motor, electromagnetic induction and domestic electric circuits. Physics answers should be logical and stepwise. Even if your final numerical answer is wrong, you can still get marks for correct formula and steps. Now let's understand how to attempt the paper smartly. First, use the reading time properly. During reading time, do not panic. Quickly scan the paper, identify easy questions, look at case-based questions, check internal choices, mark the questions you are confident about. Second, start with the section you are most comfortable with, if allowed by your exam strategy. Some students prefer biology first because answers are theory based. Some prefer physics first because numericals need fresh concentration. Choose what works best for you. Third, do not spend too much time on one question. If you are stuck, leave some space and move ahead. You can come back to it later. Fourth, write answers according to marks. For a 1 mark answer, do not write half a page. For a 5 mark answer, do not write only 2 lines. Fifth, keep your handwriting readable. Your answer does not need to look artistic, but it should be clear. Sixth, always revise in the last 10 minutes. Check question numbers, units, diagrams, labels, equations and incomplete answers. Now, let's discuss common mistakes students make in the science paper. Not reading the question properly. Sometimes the question asks why, but students write only the definition. Sometimes the question asks differentiate, but students write a paragraph. Always answer what is asked. Mistake number 2, ignoring diagrams. A neat labeled diagram can help you score full marks, especially in biology and physics. Mistake number 3, forgetting units in physics numericals. Number 4, writing unbalanced chemical equations. Number 5, mixing sections and writing answers in a confusing order. Number 6, spending too much time on MCQs. MCQs are important, but they should not consume too much time. Number 7, not attempting case-based questions properly. In case-based questions, read the given passage carefully. The answer is often hidden in the case itself. Number 8, poor presentation. Even if your answer is correct, messy presentation can reduce clarity. Now, let's talk about topper strategy. Toppers do not study everything randomly. They divide science preparation into 3 parts: concept clarity, question practice, answer writing. First, understand the concept from NCERT. Second, solve NCERT questions, exemplar questions and sample papers. Third, practice writing answers in board exam format. Also solve previous year questions. Previous year questions help you understand the style of CBSE questions. You will notice that many questions are application based. That means CBSE does not always ask direct definitions. It may give a situation and ask you to apply the concept. So, your preparation should be concept based, not just memory based. Now, here is a simple time management plan for your exam. The science paper is for 3 hours. You can divide your time like this. First 15 minutes, read the paper carefully. Next 40 to 45 minutes, attempt 1 mark and 2 mark questions. Next 60 minutes, attempt 3 mark questions and case based questions. Next 45 to 50 minutes, attempt long answer questions. Last 10 to 15 minutes, only revision. During revision, check these things. Have you attempted all questions? Are question numbers correct? Are diagrams labeled? Are chemical equations balanced? Are physics units written? Have you attempted only one internal choice? Have you left any answer incomplete? This simple revision can save many marks. Before the exam, do not try to study everything at the last moment. Revise important formulas, diagrams, reactions and definitions. Make a quick revision sheet for each subject. For physics, write all formulas in one place. For chemistry, write important reactions and observations. For biology, revise diagrams, processes and key terms. Also practice at least one full sample in 3 hours. This will help you improve speed, accuracy and confidence. Remember, knowing the answer is not enough. You must know how to present the answer in the exam. If you study smartly, according to the paper pattern, scoring high in class 10 science becomes much easier. So start your preparation today. Follow the pattern and aim for your best score. All the best for your class 10 science exam.